Hey guys, it's John.
And Kenny.
And we're back with Virtue's last reward. Zero just yawned.
Oh, you're finally done? You were taking so long. I hopped off for a little nap.
For yawning? Really? You're just a computer program. You don't get tired.
Hey, B.O. My temper's got a hair trigger, and you're awfully close to pulling it. So I'd watch my mouth if I were you. Otherwise...
Well, do you really need me to spell it out?
Forget it.
That's a good boy.
Alrighty, let's get back to what we were talking about earlier. Namely, how do you get more BP?
We go into the AB rooms, right? Look. We've got some keys for them right here. K and Quark have 2 each, so we've got 6 altogether.
But who goes into what room?
That doesn't really matter. Anybody can go into any room.
But there are only 6 rooms.
Didn't I tell you? The 2 members of a pair share the same destiny.
Then you mean both members of a pair need to go into the same room?
Yes.
What do we do after we go into the room?
Play a game. Just like it says on the door. You play the Ambidex game!
Wait, what's Ambidex supposed to mean anyway?
I would guess it's short for ambidextrous. Most use the word to refer to the ability to use both of one's hands, instead of favoring the left or right. But it can also be taken to mean someone who is duplicitous or two-faced.
It's a game of betrayal then.
Well, yes, I guess you could put it that way.
And what's the nonary game?
Oh, that refers to the whole enchilada. The nonary game is a game where you try to open the number 9 door and escape. The Ambidex game is just a mini game you play as part of the larger one. Make sense?
Like hell. Shit is confusing.
Is it? Or is it that you're just a few carrots short of a bushel? What do you think, B.O.?
You arrogant little bastard.
I love how Zero hates Dio.
Well, that's just how I am. So you better get used to it. Now, could I have you all move to the AB room, please? I'll give you more specifics once everyone's inside. I think it'll probably be easier to understand that way.
K, Quark, and myself each gave 1 card to Luna, Alice, and Tenmyoji. Then we headed into the AB rooms. There wasn't really any discussion of who'd go into which door. And Fi and I found ourselves heading into the leftmost room.
So we didn't return to our original rooms? That's interesting.
Looks like everybody else has gone in already. Yeah, we didn't. We're going into the room that Kay and Clover were in originally. Think we should head in too?
Why are you asking me? Just hurry up and get in there.
Okay.
An Ambidex gate has been opened. 45 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
What? This game's got a time limit too. What? 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 What the hell? Who is this?
Fuck if I know. Look, it doesn't matter who she is. Just get everybody over here.
Yeah, right. Hey, guys, get over here. We found someone. There's a lady over here. She's unconscious. I didn't wait for a response. Just turned around and followed Fi into the room. We knelt down next to the woman and turned her over as gently as we could manage. All that greeted us was blood. covered in blood. I leaned down to listen at her mouth. Nothing. No breath. With shaking hands, I felt against her neck for a pulse. No movement, just cold skin.
What the hell were you yelling at? What's going on here?
Is she?
Quark, don't look. Somebody get Quark out of here.
Okay. Come on, Quark.
Then she's...
Yeah. She's not breathing, and I can't find a pulse. Her body's already cold, so I'm guessing she was murdered a while ago.
Murdered?
Does this look like an accident or a suicide to you?
Looks like she was stabbed. Don't see a weapon around here, though. That means either the killer took it with them, or it was part of them.
Part of them?
Well, if someone was strong enough and they had metal hands, then they might be able to stab someone in the heart.
What are you suggesting?
It's just a joke. Don't take it so seriously.
Some joke.
I know, right?
Whatever. If we examine the wound, we'll probably get a better idea of what the weapon was. Let's get her to the infirmary. She might be old, but she's still a woman. If we're going to do an autopsy, she should have some privacy. Come on, boys, let's go.
She might be old. What does that mean?
She might be old, but she's still a woman.
Yeah, like...
I'm glad that her entire worth as a person wasn't negated by the fact that she's elderly.
Oh my god. Old people are still people.
Right. Dio, Kay, and I gingerly lifted the woman up and carried her to the infirmary. Perhaps he just didn't consider himself one of the boys, or maybe it was something else. But whatever the reason, Tenmyoji only stared. His whole body was rigid, like a rope pulled almost to its breaking point. But it was his eyes that caught my attention. He wasn't staring at us, not quite. It was more like he was staring towards us, a smoldering spark of something burning silently behind his gaze. It wasn't until we were almost to the infirmary that I realized Tenmyoji hadn't spoken a single word since the moment we'd found the body. I turned to look back at him. He was following us at a distance, his breathing heavy and labored and his movements slow and shuffling, as if his body was suddenly made of lead. Shit's going down.
Yeah, so he, like, knows her.
The old woman's body was surprisingly light. Carrying her almost felt like carrying an old, dry piece of wood. We set her down carefully in the infirmary bed, as if we were afraid she might break. She looks so peaceful. Almost like she's going to wake up any minute now.
Maybe she didn't suffer much when she died.
Let's hope so.
Anyway, I feel a little bad about doing this, but I think we need to examine her.
You mean like an autopsy or something?
I'm just going to have a look at the wound. If we had a coroner, then it would be a different story, but... What?
I have a medical license.
You're a nurse?
No.
You're a doctor?
Well, I'm not exactly a coroner.
Interesting. I guess you really can't judge a book by its cover, can you?
Sorry.
You don't need to apologize.
Are you really going to perform an autopsy? Oh, I won't really be doing it. I think that machine over there is a medical scanner. It's called an ATOM. It uses nuclear magnetic resonance imaging to examine and diagnose people.
So you think you can use it to perform some kind of autopsy?
Yes. I think I should be able to manage that.
Luna ran the scanner over the body, then turned back to the terminal. The display filled up with text, most of it rather technical. Sex, female. Estimated age, 65 to 75 years. Diagnosis, deceased. Cause of death, exsanguination. Loss of blood, I think. Estimated time of death, 3 to 4 hours. Damage
Like ago?
trajectory. Yeah, 3 to 4 hours ago. Weapon entered through fourth intercostal piercing heart. The wound margin, clean, continuous. Wound angles, 1 sharp, 1 blunt. Wound cavity, 150 millimeters. Wound length, 30 millimeters. Wound width, 3 millimeters. Based on the characteristics described above, there's a 95% chance the wound was caused by a sharp, single-bladed instrument.
This is an amazing piece of technology.
Right? Huh. Yeah, I don't really get it. What's it mean by instrument? Was she stabbed with a clarinet or something?
It means a tool of some sort. A knife, probably.
In other words, she was stabbed in the heart, right?
Yes.
Well, I suppose that clears me of suspicion.
Sorry, but no.
Why? Please, don't tell me you think my hand can somehow turn into a knife.
I told you that was a joke.
Then why am I still a suspect?
We found the old lady in one of the AB rooms, specifically the one farthest to the left. Before we went in there, only 2 other people had been in that room. You and Clover. Only one of you was conscious.
Fi, please, stop joking around. I assure you, there was no one else in that room besides Clover when I woke up. She must have been put there later.
But the door was locked, right? I don't think anyone could have gotten in without the key.
Perhaps, but there was a hatch on the ceiling, remember?
Yes, there was. But Zero said he locked all the hatches.
Well, if he was telling the truth, nobody could have gotten in there after you two left. Which means...
You fucking bastard! Why'd you kill her, Kay? I knew it. You're him, aren't you? You're the real Zero.
Wait a minute, please. Just calm down. You aren't making sense. Let's suppose I am Zero. Why would I do something that would obviously cast suspicion on me?
Well, because you figured we'd think that. And you'd throw us off the trail by doing the exact opposite.
That's not a logical argument. Still, you do have at least half a point. Your argument doesn't confirm my guilt, but it does show us where we should be looking. The real Zero. The person who brought us here is likely the person who murdered that woman. Doesn't that seem like the most reasonable answer?
I guess. Yeah, that makes sense. If Zero was the murderer, then they could open anything they wanted to. I mean, didn't Zero say something about that?
I live in the master computer. That means all the electronic doors in this whole warren are under my control.
Exactly. Also, consider this. If the murderer isn't Zero, why would the AI Zero stay silent? He told us that his job was to make sure the game ran smoothly, but now the unexpected has happened, and he says nothing. Why would he do that? If he can see everything we do, then he must know who killed the old woman. So why has he kept his silence? The answer is simple. The murderer is Zero, or rather Zero Senior, I suppose you could say. He likely ordered Zero Junior, the AI, to keep his identity hidden. If Zero Junior told us about the murder, then Zero Senior's identity would be compromised. There is something else to consider as well. Perhaps this murder was not unexpected. Zero Senior murdered her, just as planned. Death is only another part of the game.
Killing someone is just part of a game to him?
Well, there's no way to know for sure, but I would assume so.
Wow.
10 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes. All players, please enter your votes. If no vote is recorded before the deadline has passed, any non-voting parties will automatically ally.
Whoa, what was that?
I don't know.
Well, one thing's for sure.
And that is?
If we don't go vote, something bad's going to happen.
You see? Just as I said. Zero Jr. ensures the game continues, even though someone has died. All of this is part of Zero Sr.'s plan.
Let's get back to the warehouse. If we all head to the AB rooms, maybe we'll see Zero Jr. After all, he told us he'd give us specifics once we gone in.
Damn.
Ally. What does that mean?
You will find out. But yeah, pretty crazy. Somebody murdered already, and it was somebody we had never seen before.
Yeah, someone not involved in the game that we knew of.
Yeah. We're really going in there? I kind of don't want to. I mean, there was a dead lady in there just a few minutes ago.
What? Are you worried there's a ghost or something?
No, of course not. It's just... Doesn't it bother you?
Nope. I don't believe in ghosts. I feel bad that she died, of course. But there's not really anything I can do about that, is there?
Damn, you're pretty cold, you know that?
I prefer bold, but whatever. Just don't let emotions get in the way.
Yeah.
That's pretty much the definition of cold.
Anyway,
Really?
let's go. Looks like the others have already gone in.
Fine. Huh, fine.
Fine.
What is it? You find a ghost or something?
No. Look at the screen. There's something there.
The screen? The Ambidex game will now begin. To enter your vote, please touch the start button on your screen. Once you've entered your vote, the door will lock automatically. It will not open again until the polling period is finished.
Oh my god.
And there goes the door.
Yep.
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 Hooray! Everybody's finally here! I've been waiting.
So have we. We got some questions for you, Zero. Who was that old
Will all of you please stop bombarding me with questions?
All?
The other people in the other rooms are asking me stuff just like you are, Siggy. I guess you probably can't hear them since these rooms are completely soundproof, but B.O. is especially loud. For real, B.O., I need you to shut up. There isn't much time. I gotta hurry and explain all this stuff, or the game will end before I'm done. So, no more questions from now on. No answers for anybody, okay? You just have to wait. Now, let's get this party started! Let me tell you about the AB game. Since it's a game, you're obviously going to have an opponent. But it's not like this is a battle royale where you just fight everybody.
Battle Royale? Fortnite?
What? Each round will be a one-on-one battle. Mono a mono, or mono a womano. Well, there are two people in each pair, aren't there? So it'll be more of a two-on-one battle, I guess. Now, I imagine you're all wondering who your opponent is going to be. It's actually really easy. You'll be competing against whoever you paired up with to go through the chromatic doors. For example, Siggy and Fido paired up with Tin Muley and went through the yellow door, didn't they? That means that Siggy and Fido will be playing against Tin Muley. And it goes the other way too. Tin Muley's opponent will be Siggy and Fido. Obviously, that means Potassium and Cleaver's enemy will be Mooney. And B.O. and Quirk's enemy will be Alas. Well, I guess enemy
Alas
isn't really the right word, is it? After all, if you choose ally, then they're your ally. What? Don't get it? Well, don't worry. Just listen while Zero the Third explains it all.
First, I want everybody to focus on the screen on the device in the back of the room. You should see A, ally, and B, betray on it. Do you?
All you guys have to do is pick! Just pick one of those easy options! Your BP will go up or down, depending on what you pick. It's a little complicated, and some of you are a little slow. So, I made this handy chart. The plus and minus are from your point of view. So, let's say you choose ally, and so does your opponent. You'll get 2 BP, and so will they. And you'll all get a nice warm, fuzzy feeling inside. We call that the best pals outcome. Just puts a smile on your face, doesn't it? Next is what you get if you choose ally, but your opponent chooses to betray. If that happens, you lose 2 BP, and they get 3. We call that the stupid jerk face outcome. Somebody did that to me, I'd skin them and stew them with some taters. The third choice is the opposite of that. It's when you choose betray, but your nice, innocent opponent chooses ally. This time, you're the one who gets 3 BP, and they're the one who loses 2. We call that the serves them right outcome. I mean, what were they thinking? Choosing ally was a stupid choice, and there's nothing for you to feel guilty about. And finally, the very last scenario. This is when you choose betray, and so does your opponent. If that happens, neither of you gets or loses anything. Absolutely zero changing BP. Boring. We call this the why even bother outcome. As the game master here, this is the situation I want to avoid the most. You're probably wondering about the pairs, aren't you? Well, let me explain. Remember how I told you that both people in a pair share a destiny? Well, that applies here too. The 2 of you only get 1 vote. You get to choose once between ally or betray. That doesn't mean you split your points though. You both get 3 points, or lose 2 points, or whatever. In other words, what you see on this chart is what you get. Okay then. I think that about does it for the basic rules. Well, actually, there's a little bit more, but it'll just have to wait, I guess. After all, it's almost time!
Hey! Wait!
No! I won't wait and I can't wait. Didn't you hear me? It is time!
1 minute remains until Ambidex game polling closes.
We only have a minute.
Oh no.
You see, it's time for me to be hopping on out of here. See you later! Have a nice trauma!
So you get how the game works, the Ambidex game?
We don't have time to talk about this. Rock, paper, scissors.
Rock, paper, scissors?
We have to decide who's gonna press the button.
And you think that's a good way to decide?
Just shut up and do it. 1, 2, 3.
What do you want? Rock, scissors, or paper?
Rock.
Scissors.
Rock! Looks like I won.
Damn it. So what are you gonna pick?
I guess ally?
We're playing against Tenmyoji. Do you have any reason to think he won't betray you?
I guess not.
Yeah. If he does, what does that make our BP?
We'd be down to 1 point each. But that's not hopeless. I mean, sure, we'll be a little further away from the goal, but all we've got to do is earn those points back.
And when will we do that?
Okay, well, I don't actually know. But it's pretty obvious that we'll be playing this game more than once. After all, we can't get to 9 BP if we don't.
10 seconds remain.
Oh my god, just click ally.
Ambidex game polling closes.
Well, you won. The decision's yours. Now decide, ally or betray.
3, 2, 1.
All right. In that last moment before the count reached 0, I made my choice. So, Kimmy is going to choose for us.
Oh no, not the pressure.
Whether we ally or betray for the entire game.
Dun, dun, dun.
I will have no influence. You choose whatever you want.
Ally.
You want to choose ally?
Ally.
Okay.
He seems fine.
So you think he's going to pick ally too?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
I don't think he's actually gonna vote because I think he's shook.
You think he's shooketh, huh?
Round 1 of the Ambidex game has been completed. Results will be displayed in the warehouse. Thank you for your participation. Ambidex gates now opening.
That's fine, I stepped out of the AB room. I could see the others running toward the projection, shoving and pushing to get closer. Tenmyoji was left behind, his footsteps a slow, heavy plod. What had happened to make him like that?
So you chose ally, huh?
You don't get to complain. I won, remember?
Not complaining. I just think you're being a little soft-hearted.
Aw, you worry too much. I'm sure Tenmyoji chose ally too.
See, that's what I'm talking about. You don't have any facts, just misguided optimism.
Yo, what's up? Siggy! No! Hey, what are you kids doing over there? We're about to announce the results.
Let's go. We should have a look at those results.
Fine.
Fine.
All right, we can see everybody's results. We can see how everybody voted.
Oh, that's just good.
Looks like you're all here. Finally.
So, I want to get some predictions out of you, actually. So, you think we both hit ally?
Yes.
What do you think? So I believe
Clover and Kay went with Luna.
Yes.
And Alice went with Dio and Quark.
Yeah. So how do you think they all voted?
I think they all voted ally.
You think they all voted ally? Okay.
I could see Dio doing betray, but I don't see why he would do that to Alice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's find out.
Let's get ready to rock!
I could also see Kay doing betray just because, like, mathematically it's better. And having no better reason.
Round 1! The results! If everybody would please direct their eyes to this monitor.
What?
Tenmyoji betrayed us!
Why?
Not only that, Kay and Clover betrayed Luna, and Dio and Quark betrayed Alice. So now we have 1 BP, and they all have 6.
Screw everyone. They're stupid.
Here are the results from your game. Now, let us check the numbers on our bracelets.
Sigma. Phi. Sorry.
Why? Tenmyoji, why? I trusted you.
Look, I said I was sorry.
See? I told you. A soft heart is the easiest to break. Do you understand what kind of game this is now?
Just tell me one thing, Temioji. Why'd you do it?
Are you serious? Someone's dead, and not just dead, murdered. I got no reason to think that murderer wasn't one of you. Only an idiot trusts someone he's never met when there's a killer on the loose. You think I had a choice? Right. I think that's enough for me. I'm old, and I'm tired. So tired.
Temioji shuffled off, the same weight I'd seen earlier sitting heavy on his shoulders. It was only then that I noticed an angry voice nearby.
Hey! What the hell is this?
Hey, look, lady, I was gonna choose ally, I swear to God. But just as I'm about to do it, this little bastard runs in and hits the betray button.
What?
Oh, come on. Really gonna just try and play it dumb, huh? You're a manipulative little twerp, aren't you?
Quark, is he telling the truth? Were you the one who chose betray?
No! I didn't do anything! I didn't have a chance to do anything before Mr. Dio pressed the button! I'm telling the truth! I promise!
Sure, kid. Whatever. The cute and innocent act isn't gonna work.
No!
Fine. You just wait.
Alice turned on her heel and stormed off before Quark could reply, leaving him alone with Dio.
Man, this is all your fault, Quark.
My fault? Why are you blaming me? How could you do that, Mr. Dio? You're a jerk.
I moved away silently to let them stare daggers at one another. It seemed that theirs wasn't the only team facing some friction, however.
We aren't trying to blame you.
But, I mean, if you just think about it, wouldn't it make sense to choose betray?
Forget it. I understand now. It was silly of me to trust you guys.
The air in the room seemed to turn thick and sour, hanging over us like a brooding, angry cloud. It was a grim omen of darker times to come.
Zero, when does the next round start?
What makes you think we'll be having another round?
Well, you said round 1. If there's a round 1, then there's likely a round 2.
Besides, didn't you say the goal of the AB game was to get 9 BP? That's impossible without a second round.
Oh, yeah. I guess you got a point. You're right. There will be a second round.
When?
I don't know.
Why not?
The voting happens when an AB gate opens.
They're already open.
Right, you are. So, let me just close them.
The Ambidex gates have closed. Round 2 of the Ambidex game will be the Moon round. Moon cards will be required to open the gates.
Moon cards? Does that mean we can't use these cards anymore since they've got suns on them?
Yes, indeedy. Now, you'll have to look the cards with moons on them.
So, how many times do we play the AB game?
I don't know. As many times as you need to. It's anybody's guess how long it'll go. But I plan on keeping this party going until somebody opens the number 9 door.
So it's over when someone gets 9 BP.
Nope. As long as that person doesn't open the number 9 door, the game goes on!
Of course. You could also get stuck just below 9 BP, where every bunny just keeps going back and forth and back and forth and losing points. After all, if there's no bunny with 9 BP, the door can't open. If that happens, you'll just have to continue on to round 3, and round 4, and round 5. Round 100, round 2000, you might even go all the way up to round 24,9,004,897. Although, I really, really hope it doesn't come to that.
Hey, can I ask you something?
I don't know. Can you?
There's rules about who can go into the secondary doors, right? Like, you have to have 3 people, exactly.
Yeah? So?
Well, what about the number 9 door? Are the rules the same?
Nope. There aren't any rules about how many people can go through that door. It could be 1 person, or 2 people, or even all 9 of you. There is one thing though, Siggy. All that stuff about how you have to have 3 people to go through the secondary chromatic doors, maybe it's not 100% true.
What? What do you mean?
Well, you can open the door with just 1 or 2 people if you want.
That's not what you told us.
Well, I didn't want to make things complicated.
Then explain it now.
Just use the bracelets.
What? How?
There's a sort of scanner between the 2 doors.
That's what I was talking about.
It checks to see if the right people are going through. But that doesn't necessarily mean it's scanning the people.
So, it's scanning the bracelets then?
Ding ding ding! As long as the scanner sees the right combination of bracelets, it doesn't matter how many people there are!
Uh-oh.
But wait, hold on a minute. Do these things even come off?
No,
Yes!
they do indeed.
Then how do I take it off?
Well, there's 2 ways. The first is to get through the number 9 door in this game. As soon as you're out, the bracelet unlocks all by itself.
What's the second way? Hey, Zero, wake up, will ya? What's the second way?
Oh, Theo. I think you already know.
What?
Do you really want to get rid of that bracelet?
Of course I do!
Oh, well, I see. It's easy. Nothing to it, really.
You die.
Here's an exciting fact. Your heart creates a bunch of faint electrical impulses. You know what an electrocardiogram is, right? Technically, it's a machine that graphs the electric current flowing across the myocardium, but you probably know it as the thing in the hospital with the little light that goes beep, 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 beep. When someone dies on a TV show. Anyway, the point is that you can detect the electricity that your heart makes by pumping blood. Your fancy little bracelets pick up on that. They're always watching. So, when that signal goes away...
The lock on the bracelet releases, right?
Yep. So there you go. The second way. Your heart stops. Your bracelet comes off. Apart from that, there's no other way to get the bracelets off. If you try something harebrained, like trying to break them or something, you'll be disobeying the rules. I don't think I need to remind you what happens when you do that. But if you're lucky, you might get to see a few of them come off during the next round. Oops. I guess it's not going to be very lucky for some of you, huh?
Next round.
I like her evil laugh.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
Well, do I have to explain everything?
Somebody might die during the next round of the AB game. There. That's pretty clear, right? If I had to guess, I'd say it's going to be a Lass or Siggy. Or Fido. Or maybe Mooney. Or maybe everyone.
What?
Why?
Yeah. Why am I going to die?
I guess I can tell you why. Anyone whose BP drops to 0 gets penalized, just like when you break the rules. I'm pretty sure I already told you what the penalty is.
You mean the needles in our bracelets are gonna activate and we'll die?
Correct.
Siggy. Full marks.
I get it. Sigma, Phi, Alice, and I only have one BP. If any of us chose Ally and got betrayed, our BP would drop below 0.
What? What the hell? This is important stuff. Why didn't you tell us about this earlier?
Sorry.
Sorry's not going to cut it. I thought you were supposed to tell us the rules, not hide them.
Well,
is there anything else you've conveniently left out? It's not fair to make people play a game without explaining all the rules.
I think it's fair. After all, it's not like anybody else knew.
I took a moment to go over everything in my head. The AB game would continue until someone opened the number 9 door. There were no rules about how many people could or couldn't pass through the number 9 door. That meant it was possible for everyone to escape. Secondary chromatic doors could be opened by any number of people, as long as you had the right bracelets. The bracelets could only unlock under 2 conditions: if you left the building or if your heart stopped. If your BP hit 0, the needles in your bracelet would activate, killing you.
One last thing. The next set of chromatic doors you'll be going through are downstairs. You already saw them, right? There should have been 3. Red, blue, and green. That means that to get through, you'll need bracelets in cyan, magenta, and yellow.
But wait! You've already got those bracelets! Have a look! The color's changed, hasn't it?
Yeah, my color's changed. It's magenta now.
Mine's magenta too.
Me too. Hey, wait. It wasn't just the color that changed. I'm a solo now.
Looks like Clover and I are still pairs, though.
I'm a yellow pair now.
I am yellow as well, but it seems I'm still a pair.
Then who's the yellow solo?
Me. Still a solo. Looks like I'm cyan.
I'm a cyan pair. Aren't you one too?
Yeah. Says pair, and the color's cyan.
When did they change?
Back when the AB gates closed. As soon as the gates close, your colors get all shuffled up automatically. The pair and solo assignments hop around a bit too. And of course, it's totally random. No rules or anything! Now, with all of that explained, I must bid you adieu. Sadly, we may never meet again.
What?
Well, there's not really anything for me to facilitate anymore. I mean, you guys are good from here, right? I'll never see you guys again. Did you really think I was gonna cry? Suckers! As if I'd cry over you dummies!
What the? You fucking dick!
You mad? Anyway, good luck. I may be gone, but I'm always watching. Maybe I'll see you again someday. Have a nice tragedy.
I like that character a lot.
That little piece of shit. If I could just get my hands on that little fucker, I'd squeeze him till he popped.
That sounds gross. I don't really want to think about that.
So what happens now? We've still got a while until the chromatic doors open.
Yeah, looks like about 42 minutes.
We should go and see if we can find any other exits. Maybe there's a vent or a disposal chute or something. If there's a chance Zero missed something.
I concur. There's no point in standing around. We lose nothing by looking, and if we find nothing, we can always return and go through the chromatic doors.
Let's split up. 5 minutes would give us a good half hour or so. Let's meet in front of the chromatic doors 5 minutes before they open then. Any objections?
There were none. After some nods and mumbling, they split up and moved off to investigate. You okay?
I was shaking my head with them.
Oh, okay.
They're like, mm-mm.
I was the only person who stayed behind.
You wanted to keep standing.
How the hell did I end up here? Why? Why me? Try as I might, couldn't think of anything I'd done that could have landed me in Zero's game. I hadn't pissed anyone off, at least not this bad. I didn't owe anybody money, and my family certainly wasn't rich. If anyone was hoping to get a fat ransom payout for me, they were going to be very disappointed. Obviously, I wasn't some kind of genius, nor was I an Olympic athlete, and I certainly hadn't been chosen by God to fulfill some great purpose on his earth. Well, at least if I was, I didn't know it yet. Had I started a fight with a frightening and mysterious new religion? No. And I hacked into some terrorist group's server? No. Had I witnessed an assassination? No. Had I gotten wasted and had a one-night stand with the mistress of a prominent politician? Politician. Well, yes. But it was just the one time.
Scandalous.
And she was the one who went after me. Anyway, I was just an ordinary college student. If there was a reason I'd been abducted and put in the nonary game, I sure couldn't see it. Why was this happening to me? I thought back to what I'd been doing right before I was taken. The memories were still a little blurry, but they were there. What was Sigma doing?
What were you doing, Siggy?
Siggy and Fido. Tamioli, Mooney, Beal, Quirk.
December 25th, 2028. Early morning, California desert. The moon was beautiful. That's you. He was just finishing writing a paper due that day and was heading to his car from the research building. The parking lot was empty, and a bright moon cast sharp shadows across the chilly pavement. The last time he'd looked at that clock, it had said it was 2 a.m, which meant that today was Christmas Day. So why was he at school, typing away feverishly on Christmas? There were 3 reasons. First, his home computer had suddenly decided to eat shit. When he hit the power button, he just got nothing. He didn't have the time to spend all night troubleshooting the stupid thing, so he headed back to campus to use one of the school machines. Second, the professor in charge of his research group was a Buddhist. Christmas didn't appear to have any sort of significance to him, and part of him couldn't shake the thought that he was trying to make some kind of point. Third, his girlfriend had broken up with him a week before. I'm sorry. I don't think we should see each other anymore. Goodbye. All he'd got was that one cold email. Try as he might, he couldn't even get in touch with her. Of course, that meant he wouldn't be attending the party they'd been planning on going to. Somehow, he didn't think drinking by himself around a bunch of happy couples would really be a good idea. Smart boy. At any rate, he'd stayed up all night to finish his paper and emailed it off to his professor before the sun began to rise. As he walked across the parking lot, he felt light. Perhaps it was the relief of finishing his paper, or perhaps it was the 5 energy drinks he chugged to stay awake. Perhaps it was both. He slid into his car and stuck the key into the ignition after only 2 tries. He twisted the key. Nothing happened.
Huh?
He jiggled the key in the slot and tried again. And again. And again. On the 5th try, the machine made an odd creaking noise, like metal on metal, and fell silent.
God damn it! You stupid piece of shit!
He screamed and pounded on the steering wheel, but nothing worked. The console was about to get a visit from his fist when...
Huh? What? What the hell is this? Why is my car smoking?
He clawed at the door, and for a moment, he thought that it was just his panic and lack of sleep that were keeping him from opening it. It wasn't long before he realized the truth.
Shit! Open, goddammit!
What was going on? His mind was racing, trying desperately to puzzle out what was happening through a haze of fear and caffeine-fueled neuron misfires. That was when he saw it. Just a glimpse in the rear view mirror, but he was certain. There was someone behind his car. He spun around as fast as a very tired college student sitting in a car can.
Who's there?
His vision started to swim as the smoke filled the car. The more of it he inhaled, the heavier his body felt, and he could already feel the world starting to go dark. The last of his strength failed, and he collapsed sideways into the passenger seat. His eyes slowly drooped closed. When they opened again, he was in the AB room with Phi.
Why is this happening to me?
He spent a few minutes wallowing in misery. He figured he deserved at least a little self-pity. But even he knew that brooding and whining wasn't going to get him anywhere. Like Kay had said, we needed to at least try and find another way out. So he shook his head, stood up straight, and headed off. Oh.
All right, this is a good place to stop. So,
another choice.
I need to get your thoughts on what transpired in this video.
I'll get to see how terrible my hair looks.
It's okay, my hair looks terrible too. That's why I'm wearing a hat.
I should have worn a hat.
I'm wearing the hat. Don't you dare make fun of me. Okay. Yeah, but what do you think of the Ambidex game?
You look like a doofus. No, I'm just kidding. You don't. You look great. You look cool. Yeah.
You made fun of me.
So, it's an interesting thing that they determine how many points they get, basically.
Yeah, that's how they get BP.
Or they try to, yeah.
Yeah. I like how...
It's interesting.
Survivor-esque it is.
It is. And a lot of the music is reminding me of Danganronpa. Like, there's sounds that I'm like...
I think this game was influenced by Danganronpa. Mm-hmm. But in a good way.
Yeah.
It's
different enough.
It's generally considered by Zero Escape fans to be the best game in the series, so.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Yeah. The betrayal and ally thing is interesting.
That's the Ambidex game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can understand why, because I thought about that. Like, I was thinking it would make sense just to choose betray. Mm-hmm. But I don't want to set that tone.
Right.
Everyone else
did. But the tone has already been set.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Thanks, losers.
I picked ally. So, the first time I played the game, I also chose to go through the yellow door with Tenmyoji.
Oh, really?
And I also chose to ally with him in the first AB game. So
that's funny.
You're following the exact path that I was.
Oh my god. That's weird.
Yeah.
I don't think that's ever happened before. That's funny.
Yeah. I think the Ambidex game makes this game so much better than it could have otherwise been.
it needs to grow on me.
You will see.
Oh yeah. I mean, I just experienced it. I can't.
It has some of the biggest, like the game isn't wholly dependent on it, but it is a nice, it does add like some mystery and suspense that isn't there when you're just going through story events.
So I did have a question that I didn't hear get answered, but maybe it did. What happens if just a few people get 9 and can leave?
They can leave.
Can they stay?
They can stay.
So they can stay until everyone gets 9.
They don't have to. Yeah, they can. But they can also leave.
So what happens when they leave?
Then the door shuts and everyone else is entombed inside forever.
Oh my gosh, okay.
It only opens once. I think she said that.
Okay, I just didn't hear it, and I might have zoned out in that moment, but...
Yeah. So if your BP hits 0, you die, because the tubocurarine kills you, but the soporil numbs you first.
Yeah, so you don't suffer. Yeah, which is nice. At least I thought about that. It's a nice way to die, which is weird that someone who is intense enough to set up something as scary as this wants to make sure that when they die by bracelet, it's peaceful.
Yeah, odd. They didn't have to do that.
Yeah. June, what you doing? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Temioji betrayed us.
That little dickwad. So does he know the old lady? Are we going to find out about that?
It seems like it affected him.
Yeah. And it could have affected him in one of a couple ways. He either knew her and was like, oh my God, and he can't like admit it because he's still in shock and he's trying to decide if that's a good move strategically to, mention it. Or he was just like, oh my God, a person died. And that fact just threw him for a loop.
That is what he said. Like, he did say that part. Yeah, whether we believe him or not is, up to us. But he did. That is what he presented as the truth.
Yeah, I don't believe him, though. Also, Quark called him Grandpa. I thought Quark was the little brother of Dio.
Yeah. Well, Fi called us Grandpa, too.
Yeah, but... No, the kid knew his favorite alcohol.
Oh.
He was like, Grandpa, they even had your favorite alcohol in there.
On friendly terms, it seems.
Quark wouldn't know Tenmyoji's favorite alcohol unless he was really his grandson and had spent time with him. Because, that's not something a kid knows about an old person.
Weird.
So they are totally related.
So Alice and Clover know each other. And we can assume that Tenmyoji and Quark know each other.
And there's a corporation or something, an organization that they're part of.
Headquarters, yeah.
Yeah, that Clover and Alice are part of.
Just FYI, I hate any we have to tell headquarters subplot.
Me too.
Hate it.
Me too.
Because it's always... It's always just like, oh, brother. Yeah, what secret organization are you in?
Yeah.
Boobs McGee Incorporated?
Yeah, right? Maybe Lotus will come rescue you with her boobs.
The Federal Bureau of... The Federal Boobs Investigation.
Better Boobs Bureau.
Yeah.
The BBB.
Anyway. It's like, you two are in an organization. Okay.
Yeah. But I'm interested to learn more about Kay still.
Kay is a mystery, yeah.
Now, what are you all about? Luna still strikes me as very boring, but again, it's just because we haven't spent any time with her. We haven't talked to her. Just first impressions, boring.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see what
passive.
she. Yeah. Well, she's apparently a doctor of sorts.
Well, she didn't say that. She said she had a medical license.
Yes. She said she was not a nurse, and she said she was not a coroner.
Yeah.
But she did not confirm nor deny that she was a doctor. I hope she's like a dentist.
My theory was that she was a vet.
Oh.
Yeah. Goes like.
Ooh, she'd be smart as all get out.
Veterinarian.
They have to know everything about everything.
Yeah.
They're smart.
Vets have to know a lot.
I respect vets. Not that I don't respect doctors or anyone else, but
I don't respect doctors.
Yeah, screw doctors. No.
Or dentists.
Only
veterinarians.
Yeah, only vets.
Anyway. Okay. But yeah, what do you think of Virtue's Last Reward so far? I think I think it's a little early to be. Honestly, like this game is so long. It's a little early to, cause like nothing's really happened yet.
No.
Compared to all the
Right.
shit that goes down.
Right. So honestly, like my first thoughts, good puzzles. They're not terribly easy all the time, but some are. So like it's a nice balance of like, this is actually challenging. Like we spent far too long on that slidey puzzle.
Yeah. I'll chop it down.
I know. Like guys, it was kind of embarrassing.
Oh, it's okay.
But story-wise, it don't get mad. It's striking me a little too Danganronpa right now, just with the bunny, and now the ally betrayal aspect. Like it's just like
it does.
all right.
Okay, so yeah, I will say that the game starts feeling very Danganronpa. It feels more Zero Escape as time goes on.
Okay, good, because I don't like that. That's rubbing me the wrong way.
You think
Just
she
for
doesn't
right
like
now.
Danganronpa?
No. It's because that is Danganronpa. So like, do
What
your
are
own
you
thing.
saying, Kimmy?
All right.
Are you saying you don't like Danganronpa?
I'm saying I like Danganronpa so much that I don't want to see another game steal aspects of it.
I guess I'll tell you about the visual novel I'm developing.
Good, it better be all original ideas. No, because like borrowing elements from things is fine. It's just like right now I'm little like, it's very Danganronpa-y. So if I were playing this by myself, I'd be casting a long eye at this, just like, I need to see where this goes to make sure that they develop it well.
Yeah.
Because again, like we've played what, 3 hours of it? Yeah. This game is so long.
Yeah, so
We've barely scratched the surface.
yeah.
But those are just my
We'll see.
thoughts. So don't get mad out there. We still have a lot to play.
Yeah, I just want to know your
be fine.
preliminary thoughts. Not, yeah.
So the bar is just set low for me right now, which is exciting because that means that it has nowhere but up and a little lower to go.
I will say that if you don't end up liking this game, I think we're through. But you know,
okay, that's fair.
it's up to you, really.
That's fine.
All right, we'll see you guys tomorrow for part 4.
Part 4. Think critically.